Audrey, 32, sits on her couch, grading grade 2 spelling tests with a small bowl of homemade soup in her lap, and the TV playing Burnett Show reruns. We hear a voiceover.
This is Audrey. She teaches grade 2 at Simpson Elementary School. She's one of those teachers we all wish we had. She loves her kids, but at the same time, she longs for a relationship of her own. However, she's been led to believe that no man could ever love her for who she is, and therefore she has devised a way to win any man's heart, turning herself into someone she thinks they'd like. This has gone surprisingly well, but inevitably, it's not led to much true romance. And so, here she sits, sipping at her soup, grading tests, dreaming of one day.
The audience's laughter can be heard in the background from the TV, and Audrey looks up. A knock comes from the door behind her, and she places the paperwork and soup on the small coffee table in front of her and turns the TV off.
I'm coming, Mom.
Audrey opens the door to find Ronald Richardson, late 30s, the definition of high class.
Hello, my darling. Ronald Richardson of the Fort Worth Richardsons at your service.
Ronald reaches forward and kisses Audrey's hand.
Oh, Ronald, what are you doing here?
You did tell me to drop by the next time I was in the area. Besides, the Ritz can be so boring this time of year. Oh, darling, you are really quite the salesperson, and I'm always in the market for some fresh new art.
Oh, why, thank you. But however did you find me?
Oh, I have my ways, of course.
Yes, of course.
But I must say, I wasn't expecting this. It's very quaint.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
oh, you thought. oh, no. This is just my, studio.
Ah, I see. Well then, before I leave, I'll be sure to give you the number of my redecorator. She'll do wonders with a place like this. But for now, where are your glorious pieces you were telling me about?
Oh, well, I don't have too much at my, studio. Most of it is at the gallery I was telling you about, just down the street on the corner of 8th and 45th. But they're closed today.
Oh, what a pity. I doubt I'll be this way again for some time.
Yes, quite a shame indeed. Well, when you are in the area again, let me know and I'll give you a personal tour.
Audrey tries to usher him out the door, but much to her dismay, his eye has caught the painting above the fireplace.
Oh my! Wasn't this a lovely piece? Is this one of yours?
Oh, yes, this is one of mine. I painted it myself on my trip to Venice.
Venice? Really? How lovely. You know, I never realized how similar the architecture is to New York.
Yes, quite similar in some places, actually.
Oh dear, have I caught you at a bad time?
Well, now, I don't know who that could possibly be. It must be the plumber. She said she would come out this week to look at my sink. All the oil paint seems to be clogging it up a bit.
Oh yes, of course. Well, I best be off then.
Ronald starts to make his way quickly to the door, but Audrey stops him.
No! I mean, you're welcome to come see some of the unfinished paintings I have in my lounge room. I can be so in the zone sometimes. I spent the night here. You must look carefully at the ones on the floor. They are brand new. Their frames are coming in from Paris.
Oh my! Well, what a privilege to see such an artist's fresh work.
Audrey ushers Ronald Richardson into her bedroom, and just as she closes the door, he stops her.
Do come in to join me once you've finished with the plumber. I always love to hear an artist's personal remarks.
Of course, I won't be long.
Audrey smiles as the knock persists, and she closes the door almost in his face and rushes to answer the front door.
Coming! I'm so glad you could squeeze me into your schedule today.
Audrey checks back at the bedroom door once more and opens the front door, expecting her mom, but finding a baseball player, late 20s, standing with both of his arms on the door frames.
Hey there, sweetheart.
Oh, my! It's you! How did you...
The baseball player grabs Audrey in his arms and dips her for a kiss, flipping her quickly back up, leaving her very disoriented and a little aroused.
Well, doll, you You really gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. It's still unbelievable to me that someone like yourself has the world's largest signed mint baseball card collection.
Athlete enters the apartment with confidence and makes himself perfectly at home on the couch.
And then maybe after, I can give you an offer you can't refuse.
He winks at Audrey, and she quickly puts on her pick-me-girl, a guy's guy persona.
Okay, but now isn't really the best time. Why don't you come back in an hour and we can strike a deal then?
Oh, doll. You must have had a busy day to forget that I got a game in an hour. It's now or never, sweet face. You wouldn't want to leave me disappointed now, would you? Or were you bluffing?
I never bluff about baseball. Why don't you wait right there and I'll go check the office.
She returns his wink with one of her own as she disappears in the other room, where a small kerfuffle can be heard. The baseball player gets up and is about to go into Ronald's room when Audrey comes out with a deck of cards.
Hey, I thought I told you to stay right where I left you.
I was just seeing if I could find the bedroom. Make this deal a little more personal.
He returns to his spot on the couch.
Is this how you do all your business deals?
All the ones you let me. Are these them?
Oh, yeah. See, I don't believe in insurance policies, so what I do is keep my most valuable cards mixed in this deck here so they won't get stolen.
She smiles slyly, and he seems genuinely impressed. Just then, yet another knock is heard at the door. The knock sounds a second time, but she stands there immobile.
Do you want me to get that for you?
Oh, no, that's fine. It's probably just, the plumber. I've had a lot of fiber in my diet lately, if you know what I mean.
The athlete nods understandingly, and Audrey hands him the deck of cards and gently ushers him into the office.
Here, why don't you go in here and let me know which ones you like?
She smiles alluringly as she closes the door. She marches over to the front door, bracing herself, and opens the door to find Richard GERE.
Oh my goodness, Richard!
Hello. Is Steven Spielberg here yet?
Oh, no, not yet. He's running a little late, but I have the script right here.
Audrey grabs the script from off the coffee table. Richard cautiously enters the apartment, taking everything in, and Audrey clocks this.
Sorry for the state of my studio. I'm researching a character for my next screenplay.
Oh, sure. I'm not big into method acting, but I get it.
Oh, of course. Oh, I didn't mean to imply.
Oh, is this...
Suddenly we hear a rustle from the bedroom.
Oh, is this a bad time?
No, of course not. That's just the plumber. Here, why don't you enter from the kitchen, but don't come out until I call action. Oh goodness, listen to me. Trying to direct Richard GERE.
Audrey hands Richard the script.
All right, just in here.
Oh, yes, that will be perfect. I'll give you a few minutes to get comfortable with the first scene so you can get fully into character. That should give us enough time for Steven to arrive. When we're all settled, I'll call action.
All right. I'll come out when you call action.
Wonderful. Oh, remember, take your time.
She starts towards the bedroom to at least shoo one of these merry men out of her apartment when a fourth knock is heard. She answers the door to discover her mom, a friendly woman in her 50s or 60s, has finally arrived with a few Tupperware containers of leftovers.
Hello, honey.
Audrey's mom leans in for a quick hug, but is met with the door being slammed in her face.
Hi, Mom, sorry, can you come back later?
Richard GERE pokes his head out of the kitchen.
Is that Steven?
Oh, no. It's just my crazy neighbor. You live next door.
Oh, okay. I'll come out when you call action.
Audrey smiles and Richard returns to the kitchen. She manages to close the door against her mom, who is still banging on the door, when Ronald Richardson sticks his head out of the bedroom.
Oh, darling, this work is really quite exquisite. I am definitely interested in a few of your pieces. Perhaps you can join me in here once you're done dealing with the plumber.
Oh, that is splendid to hear, darling. I'll be right with you to negotiate a fair price.
Do you need a hand?
No, it's just my crazy neighbor. I'll be right there.
Wonderful.
Ronald Richardson closes the bedroom door, and Audrey just starts to open the front door when the baseball player steps out of the office, causing Audrey to scramble to close the door once more against her protesting mom.
Hey there, sweetheart. I can't find anything other than playing cards in here.
Oh, really? Maybe check the other desk on top of my desk. Be thorough. I want to give my robbers a run for their money. You know how it is.
Okay. Hey, do you need help with the door?
No, it's just my crazy neighbor. I'll be right there, and we can discuss all the details.
Great.
Athlete goes back into the office. Audrey finally opens the door to let her mom in.
Oh, sorry, Mom. The door's been a little sticky lately.
Audrey, what is going on here?
Oh, Mom, I made a huge mistake, and I don't have time to explain, so please just go along with me.
What are you talking about?
Just then, both Ronald Richardson and the baseball player stick their head out at the same time. Audrey watches in horror.
How's it going out there? Oh, hey, you must be the plumber. I'm the plumber. Oh, no, I play for the Yankees. You're who? What are you doing here? I'm here to buy some baseball cards. Artwork from her? Well, I was kind of hoping to get some action, too.
On action, Richard Gere, who has been patiently waiting in the middle, comes out fully in character reading his lines.
This is Audrey. She teaches grade 2 at Simpleton Elementary School, and is one of those teachers we all wish we had. Oh, is Steven Spielberg here?
Richard Gere? Oh my God! I need your autograph.
This is
I
so
love
rare.
you.
Oh my
You're
God.
so good.
Just wait a minute! Audrey, what the hell is going on here? Is Steven coming or isn't he?
All eyes turn to Audrey, who has been watching the chaos unfold like watching a house fire and realizing she was the one who struck the match.
Hey, everyone. I'm really sorry. I might have stretched the truth a little. My name really is Audrey Campbell, and I really am an artist, Ronald. But those pieces aren't mine. Mine are a lot smaller and have no need to be framed. And I don't collect baseball cards. I didn't know what else to say, and I thought you were kind of cute.
The baseball player is kind of flattered.
And Richard, I am so sorry. I really did write a script, but Steven Spielberg doesn't know anything about it. I'm actually just
The best grade 2 teacher in the whole district.
Grade 2 teacher?
Oh yes, she's been awarded Teacher of the Year 5 years in a row now.
Mom puts her arm proudly around her daughter, who smiles at the men sheepishly. The men are less than amused. After each line, the men leave her apartment.
You know, you can get into serious trouble for doing this.
It'll never happen again. I'm really sorry.
This really ain't fair. You shouldn't advertise something if it's not for sale.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
If you ever try to sell anything, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. Don't even think about picking up a paintbrush or you'll be ruined.
You have my word. My sincerest apologies. Thank you all for coming. So sorry for the inconvenience. Nice to see you again, Richard.
She closes the door behind them and then turns to her mom.
Audrey, I raised you better than that. Why on earth would you try to turn yourself into something you're not?
No one likes me for who I am, Mom, except for my students. No man ever gives me the time of day, so I thought maybe if I exaggerated a little, they might give me a chance.
This was much more than exaggerating. Lying about who you are hurts more than just your chances. You will never find the right one for you if you don't know who you're looking for first. And you'll never know who to look for until you first find yourself. The one you are meant to be with should love you for who you are right now. Certainly not through a charade. Do you understand?
Yes, Mom.
Good. Now then, I put these leftovers in the fridge before they go bad.
Mom picks up the leftovers off the counter and hands them to Audrey.
Thanks.
Of course, dear.
Mom turns to leave.
Hey, Mom, thanks for being proud of who I am and for defending me. That means a lot.
Oh, honey, I am proud of you. And the right man will be proud of you, too.
Mom gives Audrey a good motherly hug before leaving. Audrey deflates and puts the leftovers in the fridge.
Listen, I'm so sorry. Please don't sue. I promise you I won't do it.
She opens the door to reveal Dale Simpson, a very equally homely and warm man, 34, with a bouquet of flowers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't. Were you expecting somebody else? I can come back.
Mr. Simpson,
Well,
what are you doing here?
I've been watching you for quite a while, and I see you teach your class from across the hall. I see how you are with the kids, and you really are an excellent teacher, Mrs. Campbell.
Oh, please call me Audrey. I see you too, Mr. Simpson, but I never thought you'd ask me. I never thought you liked me like that.
Please, call me Dale. Well, I tried giving you little hints all the time. I guess I'm not very good at this. But I thought it's time you knew. I came here to ask you if you would like to go on a date with me.
Dale, I would love to. Why don't you come on in? I'm just in the middle of grading the kids' schoolwork. You would not believe the kind of night I've had.
Dale comes in and makes himself at home on the couch while Audrey goes to grab a vase for the flowers and tells him about the evening she just had. Fade to black. End of excerpt.